Let's roll it, girls.
Hey there, welcome to this episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs. We're your rock and ride guides, Victory
and Skylar,
ready to take you on a pink hue journey through the Elvis's life and music.
But hey, quick heads up, we're not experts, just Elvis-loving gals having a blast in the pink Cadillac.
Our info might have a funky beat, but it's all about the fun, not the perfection.
Picture us dancing in the back seat, sharing Elvis tales, interviews, and good vibes.
Join our sisterhood of fans, share your Elvis stories, and let's roll together.
So buckle up, because with Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs, every journey is an adventure.
Hi!
Hi, guys!
Hello! Right before the episode started, I went full Hulk smash on Skylar.
You did. You should do it again.
I'm
We are in our delusional girl era.
We are running on maybe 5 hours of sleep in the whole month of September. So now that October has rolled around.
I know. Anyways, welcome back to Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs, guys. We have missed you. We've missed sitting here with our headphones on and our microphone on and just like talking like our usual vibe, you know? It's so different.
Oh, yeah.
We're
back to normal.
Yeah, we're back to normal. And we tried, like, we're going to release it at some point. We did film like a mini episode right before I left to go back to Phoenix from the Mount Dora Festival.
Literally the morning of her being dropped off at the airport.
Yeah. And it's a really cute episode. It's just so different when you do it in person on a camera versus this platform, because this platform's so nice. It just feels more intimate this way.
Yeah.
And it feels more comfortable, I feel like, because in person it's like, okay, you have to turn to the person, make sure you're talking to that and the camera. We don't have our mics and blah, 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 you know? So
we bought some Bluetooth mics. They're not working at all. They're tried getting them going. Yeah, I was a little upset about that. I was like, hi, hello, excuse me. I thought you guys were supposed to work. Like,
yeah. You know, we've been trying a lot of things. It's been the past 3 weeks has been a lot of experimenting for us. Like
a lot of experimenting with vlogging and understanding. Like for some reason, 2 of our best videos for the Mount Dora Festival ended up in slow motion. So you can't hear anyone talk. I don't even know. I didn't know the Sony camera I had slow motion as an option. So
literally, I guess if you are an editor out there and want to help a girl out, let us know.
Alex Mitchell, we're Alex. Come help us.
Yeah, I feel like we bugged Alex so much. Both Alex and Cody were always asking.
We love them so much.
They literally know everything. First of all, everything. Like
our biggest supporters and our biggest helpers. Those boys have our backs no matter what. So
yeah, so this is just kind of a catch up. We didn't mean to not do a podcast the past 3 weeks.
Not at all. I don't think you guys understand. We were like gonna do it. We're gonna film episodes, but as soon as that time came and we were rushing every day, getting ready, driving, getting the content, hanging out with people, we were getting home at like 2 a.m. and had to get up the next day like at 7 a.m. to do the thing all over again.
Literally. And the plan was to just like vlog and then upload it, but like it's not that easy. Like you can film all the footage you want, but like it's the editing after and like putting it together. Like it's not a breeze. So the vlogs will definitely be coming. We do not have a date when they're gonna come. Like obviously we want to get that content out to you as fast as we can, because like we filmed our whole Vegas tour pretty much.
Yeah.
We filmed all of Mount Dora. Yeah.
Shout out to the boys for the Vegas tour. We had our husband. We had our husband.
Victory likes to do this thing where she convinces everyone that Aaron and I got married in Vegas. She keeps commenting on our photo in front of the chapel, and she's like, "Congratulations!" I'm like, "Victory, stop!"
No, I was so happy to be there to experience that with them. Don't let her fool you. It was a beautiful moment. It was so beautiful. I was
Where's the ring? The ring's not here. Nor is it
Where's
here.
my ring? Where's my ring? You don't always wear it, honey. I know.
It's fine. I'm fine.
For the fact Aaron too kept holding up peace signs every time they took a photo, I was like, just Aaron, put the peace signs down.
That's just him. He'll do it in our so just expect it at this point.
He did do it at their wedding day, so it was
oh
really
my
sweet.
God. We're just rolling with it.
It was so funny, you guys. So we hired a photographer to take our pictures in Vegas, and we went to the wedding chapel. She was amazing. Oh my gosh, shout out to her.
Shout out to Tasha. Queen Tasha,
I know you guys
we
can
love
find
you.
her on TikTok. She was amazing. But we went to the wedding chapel, and she was like, "They're Elvis fans. They have an Elvis podcast." And the wedding at the owner of the Little White Chapel goes, "We have an Elvis impersonator coming at 12:30. You guys should come back." And we were like,
I was like, "Sounds great. We don't got the time."
We'll be at the Westgate scene where the actual Elvis performs. So I mean, as much as we love that, we can always call Cody and Alex, and they have our back for that one. But we're good. We're good.
An Elvis tribute artist, actually not an impersonator.
I know, not an impersonator. But, I mean, like, would they be down to work at a chapel? Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
I feel like some of the Elvis people in Vegas aren't the greatest.
You guys will see one of our pictures. There's like an Elvis sign with his legs moving, and the guy, like, I thought it was the actual Elvis Presley, and then I saw it up close.
It's not. I don't know who he was, but I don't know why he was on the sign. But we're talking about the Little White Chapel, like the iconic Little White Chapel.
Little White Chapel, yeah. And he was like, I thought it was Elvis, and we got up there, and he's like,
I was like, that's
it was
not
really
Elvis.
Scary. It was kind of really scary.
Yeah, but we shot in front of a lot of chapels actually because they were all Elvis themed, and like we really wanted to like include Elvis in our photo shoot.
It looked like we were doing a bridal shoot, but it's gonna be cute either way.
We filmed it in front of a lot of chapels, like.
People are gonna think Elvis we were getting married. Like I was in white, Skylar was in black. I was like,
yeah. It was giving the vibe. It's whatever. It's up to interpretation, But I'm excited because the photos are gonna come out amazing, and as soon as we get them back, we will. I'm so excited
to share that with you guys because it was like a branding photo shoot, and homegirl literally had disco balls for us and cute little heart sunglasses. Like what you saw in that photo was not us.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It was all her.
It was everything. It was everything, and I'm really. Vegas was just such a whirlwind.
A whirlwind, but we're gonna get that into later in the episode because today we are doing a live episode. So later in this episode, we're gonna have audience members coming in asking us live questions. It's gonna be a girl chit chat, Elvis girly. Friends in.
If people come in, first of all, I would like to say, come in because this is what is happening.
What was I trying to say? Like a frenzy?
Frenzy? Did you say frenza? Frenza.
Elvis girly frenzy.
We are delusional.
Girls, so delusional. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm so hungry at this point.
What day
I think I've had Monday, right?
Yeah, sadly.
Okay. Hold on though. Baz released some wonderful information this morning.
God.
You sounded like you were on auto-tune when you just said that. I have never heard you sound like that before in my life. You literally sounded like you had auto-tune filter when you sang that. Skylar.
I have tears.
Well, Baz Luhrmann released some really amazing information today.
Guys, actually am still shook about this morning because it was so early for me when he released it. It was like 9 for you. I think it was like 6 something for me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bawl. Like I wanted to bawl. Like that is crazy for us to be getting content. Like new content. We don't get
new
that.
Content. No, ever. And for the fact that we had just left Westgate. We had just left Westgate, and Baz was like, hi, hello, popping in with some new footage for you guys to see. Might include some elevator and dressing room footage in it. I don't know.
If there is footage of, so there's spots in Westgate, like they kept the flooring where he used to stop and pray before the show, like the bar is original in the dressing room, the mirror is original in the dressing room, the elevator, like the drinking fountain, like if they include any of that, like after us just doing that, like I just like
unreal.
I can't. Unreal. Like I literally can't. And like that means the world. Like that.
I know. Because I feel like we are so limited on what was shown to us, and to have more things to be provided after years of like him being gone and something fresh.
We don't get that.
Never. You can only never. So
only
thank you, Baz.
Thank you, Baz.
Thank you, so much.
And I would like to shout out I think it's called, I think their Instagram. I need to make sure and check actually, because it's very important. They've been working on trying to get this happen
as well.
Elvis on Tour in 1972. This account has been working to get this to get Baz's attention, to get Warner Bros. Attention, to get Sony's attention, like, give us this footage. And they completed their mission because we are now getting the footage. Thank you so much. They didn't reveal their name or anything, but we love you. Nope. Like, thank you. You do not go unnoticed. Like,
nope. I watched some of your edits today, and I was cracking up about putting Baz's face with just everything that they did was like too good. Like, Baz was like, I have some footage, and they like have all the footage that's already been seen on screen. It was just so good, good.
I can't believe we're getting it. I can't believe Baz actually spoke. TCB headlines, I know. It's been months. It's been since March. Then it was sad because everyone thought kind of we're moving on now, but no, Baz was like, I got you.
I know. It's overwhelming, truly.
Yeah.
I think this whole month has been crazy as well because we have seen so much and we have done so much. Yeah. And just to end something and feel like nothing exciting is happening again until the next year, then we get information that Baz is releasing something so big and so pivotal is amazing.
Thank you, Baz. Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you, Baz.
I mean, that's all we're going to keep saying because it is truly iconic and so exciting.
And everyone's like, is it going to be in theaters? How is it going to be released? No one knows. All we got was the Instagram post this morning, and I'm hoping that it will be released in theaters because I would love to see that on the big screen. Baz is a huge theater guy, so I know he wants it to be seen on the big screen for people to go to the theater and go and see it.
Yep.
But I'm in disbelief that we are actually getting that because that has been just a huge thing for so long. These films came out years ago. Years. I think that's the way it is, was 1970 maybe, and I know Elvis on Tour was a little later. I don't know the exact year, and I could have gotten that's the way it is year wrong as well, but it is now 2023 and we are getting unreleased footage of that.
I just can't believe how long it was held on to for. Because I know Cody mentioned something else, that there's 2 other whole concerts that haven't been released too. Because I think it's 2 movie companies that own the rights to them, and it's going to be hard to release or whatever. But it's just crazy that Bad is pushing forward and making history happen.
And the fact of we're about to get versions of songs that we have never heard before,
mind-blowing
little isms that he did that we have no idea about, and they're even at the beginning of That's the Way It Is, the footage of the crowd, that's from the Arizona show in 1970. If they release footage from that show, I will not be unwell. If you haven't heard from me, I just I can't.
Especially seeing a show in your hometown. When I was reading the books of Baby Let's Play House and everything, and when they mentioned Jacksonville and Daytona and places where he played locally, I was trying to imagine him in Florida, looking at the ocean at the beach, or being in Jacksonville, and I was where are these areas that they're talking about? Because you know exactly where he performed in Arizona, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
Have you visited the spot yet?
No. So it's at where he performed in Arizona called the Arizona Veterans Memorial Coliseum or something. It's right next to the State Fair, and honestly, it's not really in a great area, so I don't really go over there, to be honest, ever. And that Coliseum is not really a concert venue anymore. It's a venue for the State Fair. So if there's people that are performing along with the State Fair, they're going to perform there. But other than that, artists nowadays, they don't tour there. So I just don't have a reason to go there at all. And it, like I said, it's just not in a great area. But I will go there one day just to see it, just so I can see the history. And that's still on my list of things to do. I got a lot of things to do in Arizona that were Elvis related. But it was over by the State Fair, which is so random, and he performed there every single time he'd been here. So
just a place.
Yeah.
Just a place.
Did he ever perform in Orlando? Do you know?
Not that I know of. Not that I have research, I should say.
Okay.
I know he was a lot on the coast, though. Like, he did, like, an annual Jacksonville tour in the 50s, often early in his career, and he went to Daytona early in his career. I don't know about traveling. I don't know about Orlando, but I know he was on the coast in Jacksonville and Daytona.
I know he was in Tampa, too. I'm pretty sure he was in Tampa.
Yes, he did do a one in Tampa as well, but it was very rare that he was like in Central Florida, I feel like. And I think he did one in Miami. I think. Don't quote me on that one. I heard something about Miami and Elvis one time, so I don't know exactly. I feel like Angie's going to pop in and be like, actually. And I'll be like, girl, you're right. I know. I should just ask Angie at this point.
I know. Just go to Angie for everything. She's the Elvis historian. So
literally. But I don't know where he performed exactly because I'm not from that area. But if they mention something in Orlando, I could probably be like, oh, crap. Like, I know exactly where that is.
It's just crazy to think about Elvis in your hometown, period. And I know everyone can relate to this, like, wherever you live. It's just thinking of him, like, in your area, in your landscape, like, the weather, you know, it's just so odd to think about, and it's like crazy, and it makes you feel closer to him too.
It really was, because like when I was in Vegas, I was trying to envision how it was while he was there. I was like, is this the same type of weather he experienced?
Yeah.
Is this like, even looking when we were up at the suite, I was looking out the window and I was like, is this a view that he saw? Like, what was here during Elvis's time? Like, that was something we were kept trying to discuss when we were driving through the town, is like, is this what Elvis saw? Are these like had these been here since Elvis's time? Like, what was the town like in that time frame?
Yeah.
I wanted to know.
Exactly. Actually, let's go move on to Cadillac Confessions before we get into this, because we want to make sure
we have so much to talk about.
We have so much to talk about. We want to make sure that people who want to join for the live session can join.
Right.
So let's hit it. Cadillac Confessions, guys. Okay, so we have two girlies with their stories to discuss. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, guys, we are still so far behind on these. Like, I think Victory's is from July and mine's from August, so
we have so many. I know, as we're trying to.
Yeah.
I was like scared. I was like, are we ever gonna run out of emails? Nope, you guys are not letting that happen. So we're grateful. We're very grateful. I thought we might just get 3 and be like, oh, there's the Cadillac Confession. But no, we were still pumping them out.
I know.
So we're grateful for this, you guys. You guys have no idea.
We are. So I'll go ahead and start off, and this is from Marianne. Hi, Marianne. How are you? So Marianne said, when people ask me about Elvis, I always start with, he was my first love. I was about 4 or 5 while my sister was at school. I would stay home with my dad and watch things like Bonanza. We would also watch old movies, and I remember seeing Elvis from those movies. I had a crush. We didn't have much growing up, but I do remember having this music box that was shaped like a grand piano, and inside it was lined with red velvet and played Love Me Tender. Victory is unwell. I also knew nothing of Graceland growing up as a young girl, but we would pass this house every day in my hometown of Fort Lauderdale. Love, another Florida girly.
Hi, hello. Hi, hello.
It was white with tall white pillars in the front, and I remember passing each day feeling a sense of belonging there, a sense of home. It wasn't until I visited Graceland for the first time this past April that this memory came flooding back. Yes, I cried. Even though Elvis was not something new to me, the movie Elvis coming out reignited my love for him and the joy he brought me over the years. I've since been reading all the books, watching documentaries I've never seen, and listening to songs I've never heard. I also have to thank my amazing husband who took me to see Elvis last year, went with me to Graceland in April, and is going with me to Vegas this September to see more Elvis history. Were we in Vegas at the same time, Marianne?
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Also, shout out to the amazing husband, because we love supportive partners.
We love a supporter. She said, I even have an Elvis room. I'm sure he's thrilled, LOL. Thank you all for your podcast and for allowing us to email our stories, Marianne. Thank you, Marianne.
Girl, thank you. You got to get back with us also if you were like in Vegas around the same time we were.
I know, yeah.
Iconic, truly.
I want to know, I want to know, like, when you went. Yep. Because we didn't really give much of a notice of when we were going, because we kind of had to, like, do some scheduled stuff. So
yeah, it was very, I don't want to say last minute, but it worked out with the dates. So
yeah, well, hope you enjoyed Vegas.
I know. Also, I love that she has a total like Elvis room in her house.
I know. Wish that was me.
I know, right? I mean, kind of. My maker room is turning into like an Elvis room.
It is a little Elvis shrine. There he is, the man of the hour. The man of the hour.
If you guys are watching now, I have a 6-foot Elvis cardboard cut up behind me. So, yep.
I
turning into an Elvis room.
We love him so much.
So the next one is from Kaylee. I'm going to try to go through this and kind of cut it down because Kaylee, she sent, you can't see it, but she sent a story. We love it.
She did. We love Kaylee so much, actually.
I remember when I got this email and I actually cried. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in and try my best to kind of like paraphrase it. All right, she says, hi, girlies. First off, I want to say how excited I am to finally find a podcast with just two girls from the same generation talking about Elvis. I've been looking for new fans to be friends with, and for some reason, it's really hard. LOL, but I came across your Fueled by Elvis Presley and Iced Coffee post on my Discover page on Insta and reposted it to my story because girls same. Then another post came up, reposted that, and then another one came up, and I was like, wait, what? Anyway, I started listening to you guys, and I'm in love. Also realized I've already been following Skylar for a while on TikTok, and when I realized it was her on the podcast, it made me more entertaining to listen to. I even DM'd her about it, and she probably thought I was crazy.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's what I thought. But it's like you guys are literally reading my mind. I finally have a safe place, even if it's just listening to you talk, not me in conversation. It just feels good to be not the only one who feels a certain way. Such as when people find out I'm an Elvis fan, they always say, without a doubt, but you're so young, or I've liked him longer. You weren't even alive during Elvis's time. What do you know about Elvis? I've heard it all from coworkers, basically. So to hear you guys say that you two have gone through the same thing makes me feel better in some odd way. Okay, that's actually so sweet. We totally get it because it can be intimidating, especially with the older fans and coming into something that's so new.
Yeah.
All right. So after this past week's episode, you guys inspired me to make my own fan account, which I haven't done back since 2012 when she had a One Direction one. So this is bringing her back to her reality. I love that.
I will say she's killing it now because it's been a couple months.
She is killing it.
And she's killing it.
Yeah. She is killing it. So if you guys want to follow her her Elvis account, it's called Presley's Cadillac on Instagram. She said we were the first ones that she followed. So thank you for that. But you guys, she's literally killing it. So go give her a follow. So anyway, she was driving from work this morning, was having a conversation. Oh, okay. So this is a while back. She says she was driving from work and listening to the podcast and was like having a conversation with us two while listening. It's like a FaceTime call, isn't it? I know. Crying. Like, yes, I became a fan after seeing the movie. She saw it June 24th, 2022. Was not even planned. Her and her friend had nothing else to do, and they went and saw it. The new movie because Austin Butler was in it, and little did they know how much it was going to change her life. She ended up seeing it 4 times in theater, and I told everyone if they saw it, I wanted to go with them. Same, but no one else saw it, so it was just me seeing it once, and that was it. Sadly. Once I took my aunt to see it, she wanted to go with me. I took my mom to see it. My mom and aunt and grandma who have seen Elvis live and will never let me forget. I mean, they always do. I feel like they always are like, I saw Elvis perform. I'm like, cries in silent pain.
What do you say to that?
I know. Like, it's congratulations. Congrats. And they ended up planning a trip to Graceland for her belated birthday gift. Fast forward after the trip, the obsession just took over me and my aunt even more after we got home. My mom thinks we are possessed or something, and she thinks we're crazy now.
I love that.
Same. So she says, my fixation this week is definitely the chest hair poking through the jumpsuits and scarves on stage. Girly, don't even get me started. That's always a fixation. Are you kidding me? That's always going to be a thing.
Yep.
My favorite era is 1000% 60s, early 70s, and my favorite song at the moment is Patchin' Up. Or You're So Square, Baby, I Don't Care. Like Victor said, it's always constantly changing. And I'm currently reading Baby, Let's Play House, and my all-time favorite, Elvis in the Twilight, A Memory of June. And the, oh my
June's
gosh, Elvis
book.
in the Twilight. Yes, of June's book. Sorry, tongue twister there. All right, I know this is super long and a lot to take in. And if I get it, you don't read it at all. I read it, girl. But like I said, it feels so good to finally have a platform just to get everything off my chest and know I'm not going to be judged.
Kaylee, we love you.
Thank you so much. Girl,
we love
OG.
you.
She's an OG right there.
I remember when that email came in, and like it's so funny because it's like that was in July and now it's October, and Kaylee always comes into our lives, like she's always on Instagram. Her and Lex just met yesterday, which is so cool.
That was who met? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
how
so
cool.
Just talk about like when she said it's hard to make Elvis friends, like just look at you now.
Literally.
Like you just met like one of your closest Elvis friends. It's so amazing how Elvis can bring together people and bring together community.
It's
like,
huge.
Shout out to EP. We love you so much. Like it's crazy how one person can bring people together. So
it's wild. It really is wild. So thank you guys. That was our Cadillac confession.
Okay, so now we are going to go and post a link to let people in. So we're going to pause for a second and we will be right back. Welcome back.
Hi.
We have given everyone a moment to come in, and we do have a live audience with us on the chat. So if we do respond to anything, there's a chat we're looking at, just by the way.
Looking at questions. I know. We asked you guys on Instagram too what you guys wanted for us to go over. So we have lots of questions, a lot of content to cover, and a lot to talk about that we did in 24 hours because
we did a lot.
We did a lot in 24 hours. It was crazy.
Yeah. I feel like we should just say like a little bit about Mount Dora first before we go straight.
I think, let's start in the beginning of September because September was a monumental month for us and for the podcast and everything that we've done.
Literally craziness.
I know.
We knew that I was going to come to Florida to go to the Mount Dora Festival for quite some time now. It was a big secret that we were keeping. It was really hard to keep because I kept wanting to be like, I'm going to Mount Dora next weekend. And like, I literally couldn't say anything. And I was like, this sucks. And so, it was funny because I went on live that day because it was Wednesday and I always go live on Wednesdays, and I had to keep it a secret that I was going to the airport in like 2 hours. And while I was on live, my flight was getting delayed. And so I was seeing the notifications while I was on live. And then I was just like, I felt like I was going like literally insane because I was stressing out about it and I couldn't say anything. And then, we met on the night of September 13th, I think.
Which feels like a lifetime ago. It doesn't even feel like we just met in September. I feel like we've spent so much time in the month of September together. I told her, I was like, it feels like we're roommates at this point.
Literally.
Traveling roommates, like Florida, Arizona, and then Nevada. Like it was just crazy. Mount Dora was a lot different compared to the following week at the ETA festival because Mount Dora was just Sky and I, and we were just with the boys backstage. We were talking to everyone. It was just very intimate and close, and we got to meet some amazing people that trip as well. People that have helped us with the podcast and just like led us to where we are today, and we got to meet some friends. So it was just a really cool experience to be here and just to have that like moment to take in being with each other because it was so weird in person.
It was.
Poking.
And it was, I know we kept touching each other. I was like, are you real?
You're real. Hello.
And it was so cool just to be in like Victory's home, in Victory's hometown. And like, I literally loved where she lives so much. And I had the best time in Victory is literally the best host in the world. I want everyone to know that. She blew it out of the water. And it was amazing. And I will forever like treasure Mount Dora. Like that was like the best weekend ever. And then we turned around and it wasn't planned that Victory was coming to Arizona. It was very last minute.
Like Sunday, and then I flew out Wednesday.
If it was planned, like she obviously would have came back with me to Phoenix.
Yes.
But things work out in crazy ways, and she made it. She came on Wednesday, and then I had 2 of my UK Elvis besties come in the day that I got back from Mount Dora. I was spending time with them, and then Victory came in, and then the rest of our Elvis besties came in on Thursday. There was 9 of us at the Arizona Elvis Festival in a hotel.
Let me just say, 9 girls and 2 bathrooms. For those of you who do it on a daily, I don't know how y'all do it.
Yeah.
I mean, God love all of them, but so much water everywhere.
Yeah. It was our stupid sinks. They were like the worst, and they kept getting like water on the sink, and I hate water on the sink, and I kept wiping it down. Anyways, but then like even people in an SUV too, like packing people in a Volkswagen Tiguan.
Holy cow! But everyone was such troopers. Like the girls were amazing. Like a family and a bond that's never gonna be unbreakable. Like that week was amazing. So many inside jokes. So many.
It was just we gotta shout everyone out real quick. We gotta shout out Han, Rach, Skylar, Angelina, May, and Alex and Ellie. Shout out to you guys. We love you guys
so much. You guys are
thank
close to our heart.
Thank you for coming to my hometown and giving it all the love, and like even you, Victory. Like everyone was just like raving about how they loved Arizona, which I was like,
seriously,
what?
I don't know why you were so surprised about that. Arizona is so beautiful. Even Cody was like, I want to move out here.
I know. It made me feel like it honestly made me have more of a deeper appreciation for my state. So like that was really cool too. But it was amazing. Like we were just hanging around on a at the
It was.
hotel and with all
And
the people. And
we got to visit. Well, it wasn't the actual Charles set, but it was a set. It was a church that was in Charles. Let's be more specific, because I think everyone thinks Charles was filmed there. It was not. Charles was filmed out in the middle of the desert. The set caught on fire. They were able to save the church, and they brought it, restored it, and now it's used for weddings.
It got it caught on fire 2 times actually, and like
twice. Can you believe
ruins, it? The ruins are apparently still out there in the desert. Kelsey keeps trying to go and find it, but they created like a whole nother, like they call it like Apache land, because it's in this city called Apache Junction in Arizona. It's literally the desert, which was so cool to see because I have never been there before, so I was happy that we all got to do that together. But like being in the actual church was awesome. They had like Elvis pictures everywhere. It's funny because the church is, Elvis doesn't ever step into the church in the movie Charo. It literally just gets blown up. So like
he just watches it go to flames.
Yeah, so it's like not like a big part of the movie, but it's really cool because that's the area. You see the Superstition Mountains, like it's there. And that was really cool to get to go and do with everyone.
Is that the twice when it caught on fire in the movie and then it caught on fire without it actually being exploded on purpose?
See, I don't know if the church caught on fire. I'm assuming the church is there because the church didn't catch on fire.
Okay. Yeah.
But like the town that was for the movie, that is like in ruins. But
that's so sad.
Yeah, they brought it. They did a little thing. There was like a little museum and stuff attached to it too, and it's really cool. It's like in the middle of the desert, and if you aren't used to the desert, then you can go out there and have some fun. And it's hot, so
it was really pretty. It was really pretty. I thoroughly enjoyed everything about that trip, and it was hot. Wear sunscreen if you guys ever go to visit it. That's one thing I forgot. So bring sunscreen and water.
It's a dry heat. It
does. You don't even sweat. You don't even realize you're sweating. It just happens. But Arizona was wild. A week filled with memories, jokes, and just Elvis love.
We said bye to everyone on Monday, which was so sad. And then we knew that we had Vegas next weekend, which we were like, so when Victory and I said bye, we're like, oh, I'll see you next weekend.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't as emotional knowing I was going to see her in the next few days. And then Vegas rolled around. I got in there a few days earlier before Sky. I got there Thursday night because originally I was going to Vegas to see U2 in the Sphere. Like, the Sphere was a big thing for Vegas because it was his first concert with U2 and everything. And this was before we got invited to Westgate. And then it just so happened the weekend that I was going to be in Vegas, we got invited out to Westgate. And it was just like a divine Elvis magic appointment. This was like crazy to us. So it worked out great. Friday night, I was at the Sphere. U2 paid tribute to Elvis Presley. The first half of the show is basically dedicated to Elvis. I could not believe it.
Which is like, what are the odds, you know? Like, literally, what are the odds of that? Like, that Victory was going to that, and they just happened to, like, dedicate. Like, it's just crazy.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, huh? I mean, Victoria, I can't agree more. It was amazing. The YouTube concert was awesome. And I'm so happy I was able to share those videos with you guys on the story because the thing about the Sphere is all the screen behind it goes all the way to the top. So you're basically in a bubble filled with like HD TVs. I mean, there's probably more high tech than HD TV, but just all of a sudden this big Elvis head comes down and Elvis is everywhere. And he's singing, I'm overwhelmed. People are throwing up. Like, it was just like,
it is like it's a goal of mine to go see a show there now because the visuals are actually insane. It looked like the ceiling was coming down on you, and like when we were there at Westgate, you can see the Sphere from Westgate, so it was so cool to see that. And while she was doing that, I actually met up with a friend from college, so my boyfriend and I were hanging out with her at some of the downtown bars. And it was really cool. So Friday we didn't see each other at all on Friday, and then Saturday was like our day to go do stuff.
We got up early. Oh, you're welcome, Sammy. I'm so happy we were able to share those videos for you guys. I'll have to put together a clip for those of you who haven't seen it and listening in on the podcast of everything that was said, because I mean, he's saying My Way. That was like totally Bono comes out and he just starts singing My Way, and I'm over here like, I know this song. Wait, that like it was just a moment where I was like, and he sang Love Me Tender and played videos of Elvis and Priscilla getting married. I was like, what is happening? I bawled my eyes out. So I will put together a video for you guys and share that with y'all. But
truly Elvis magic.
Truly, I was blown away. No, literally.
Yeah. Victoria said, "My way is Sinatra." He loves Sinatra, yep. And that makes sense. Yeah,
it does totally make sense. I just associate My Way with Elvis because
yeah,
my boy.
exactly.
My boy.
But the next morning, we got up super early to get ready for our photo shoot because we had planned to do a branding photo shoot. This whole time that we were going to Vegas, we were like, we have to do a photo shoot together, and of course, it's gonna happen in Vegas. So
I had to.
Our photographer Tasha Kaliz was amazing.
Yes, you guys can find her on Instagram at Tasha Kaliz, TASHACALIZ. I just want to spell that out for people who need a photographer. She's amazing.
In Vegas, we are so excited to get the photos back. The one that we posted recently is just because everyone kept taking like photos while we were taking the photos, so that's how we like have some of the photos because they were like from our iPhones. Hopefully we'll get the pictures in a couple weeks.
She's gonna edit them, go through them.
Yeah, we stopped at so many locations, and it was
I didn't realize like that strip had so much Elvis energy. It was crazy.
You think that like do you think that Vegas like took Elvis out of Vegas? But like it really didn't. Like Elvis is actually still everywhere in Vegas, which made me so happy because I didn't think he was. But it just was because I wasn't paying attention when I went back in the day because I wasn't a huge fan yet.
Different mindset. Yeah. Different mindset.
But he's everywhere. Like people in Vegas know that Elvis ran Vegas. Like they know. Yeah. So that was really cool. And we also went to, like, after the photo shoot, we went down to Fremont Street. We went to the Golden Nugget Hotel, like, just hung out a little bit. And then it was time for us to go back to Westgate and go meet Gordon to get our tour of everything. Yay! Yeah.
So first off, Gordon is the sweetest human ever. Meeting him in person was just as much of a treat as it was getting a tour by him. Like, Gordon is an amazing human. If you guys ever stop by Westgate Vegas, in Las Vegas, visit him. Say hi to him.
He, like, just knew so many things. He knew so many things. Like, history. Just, like, and he wasn't there when Elvis was there. And he knew all of these things. It was so cool. And it was just so special.
I was asking such dumb questions, too. Because I was in such amazement. I was like, are the windows authentic? Is the carpet authentic? Like, I was looking for anything that Elvis had touched to be like, yeah, that was here during this time. Because I wanted to know. He answered so well.
It's because you do want to know, you know, you're like there and you're like, okay, did he touch this? Like, am I standing on this right now? Like, was he in the spot? Like, all the things. And like the first thing that we started out doing, which was so iconic, like, because you think of like iconic outfits, iconic pictures of Elvis and Priscilla walking in the back of house. And like, we knew about those. Like, I was actually thinking that day, like, I wonder where those photos were.
That's literally,
And
he
Victory
took us right
was
there.
Like, I want to know where the spot is of Priscilla and her outfit because she was wearing the outfit that was inspired.
Like literally, Gordon's like, you probably know these photos. I'm going to take you to the hallway. It's not where you expected. Literally, it was one door back and there it was. Like, it was so close to the front area. I was like.
The door, like,
what?
It's so funny because this door was like right next to like, just like, an area where people walk all the time. They had no idea how close they were to Elvis. Like, this is the back area, and then this is like where everyone else was, and there's a door in between. And little did those people know in the 70s that Elvis Presley was right there.
Crazy.
Right there.
Crazy. Like, Sky and I were joking. If we were there during that time, we would have been scoping that man out. We would have been like going everywhere in the hotel to find that man.
Well, and it's because like when you're in that hotel, to think that that he was staying there, like, I wouldn't be able to sleep. Like, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I literally would need to like find him.
Crazy.
Like, being under the same roof as him, no, I can't. Like, I'd have to be able to find him.
Yeah, and it was really special, like Victoria and Sammy are saying about the outfit. I intentionally did that on purpose, knowing I was going to go to the hotel because I love Priscilla's fashion, and I love it when she was specifically in Vegas. So to have Nan Bikini make my outfit for me, that one was custom made by a TikTok creator. You guys have probably seen her before, but she's very talented. She's made a couple of my other outfits too, so shout out to her. But yeah, I was not expecting to be in the actual hallway where that photo was taken. So Skylar was my little photographer.
I was like running as she was walking.
Yeah, Gordon was watching us, and I was like walking back and forth trying to make the fringe. You know what I mean? I was like, I gotta get the shot.
Dude, and we were like freaking out when we walked into the hallway because we were like, Gordon, like, we know what was in this hallway. Like
workers were walking down. They walk down every day, and we were like, and
yeah,
all
we're
of them were like,
the steps they're walking. It was like,
and literally, it was just like a back alley with like crates and chairs, and we were like crying, and people were like,
yeah. And then he like from there he just took us to go down where the stage was, and like there's like pictures of Elvis all over the hotel, guys. Like they like really honor so Elvis. Cool. Yeah.
So to get down to Elvis's actual dressing room, so in the lobby, you're gonna see a door that says Elvis's dressing room. That is not actually his dressing room. That's just there for decor.
Yeah.
There's a downstairs portion of the stage. So there's like, I think it was like 2 or 3 flights of steps that we went down.
Yeah.
And on each corner they had a picture of Elvis, which was very cool. And then downstairs is where everything is. But going down the steps, there was pictures everywhere of this man.
They really honor him so much, like in the hotel. Like I know a lot of people, like we'll get to the Elvis suite. A lot of people were like really sad that the Elvis suite isn't like Elvis themed, or they don't honor him up there. But like they honor him throughout the whole hotel. Like we promise. Like
they do.
Yeah.
And he's not forgotten at all. Like, he is very much so there. And there's still employees that work at the hotel that had personal experiences with Elvis Presley when he was there.
Which is crazy. It's literally crazy. And, like, so from there, like, from back of house, essentially, we went up to the stage. And, like, just seeing that stage, like, the emotions hit, like, immediately. Like,
it was so weird. It was so weird.
I can't. Yeah.
And it was hard to envision the setup that was in the 1970s, because again, in the 1990s, when Starlight came in, they took out everything and put in chairs and took out the booths and stuff. So with that being said, the auditorium looks smaller because they removed the booths that went all the way to the wall. If you guys look in the video, there's a step up that has opening, and it's really cool because now people can dance there. They can add seats if needed, but the booths went from wall to wall. So in the video, it does look a lot smaller, because that was something I was asking. I was like, this doesn't look as big as it does like in the tours, because people were crammed into the booth. What did he say? Like 6 to 8 people were crammed in a booth. Like how much they shoved people in there to see Elvis. That's how sought after he was.
And there are some booths like in the back of the stage now, but they're not like, it's not the same at all. There is none of the original seating that is there. But like I just seeing the stage, like just pure shock, like immediate tears, because it's like the history that happened there, like thinking about him performing, like what we see, and that's the way it is. Like Rachel just came in. Hi, Rach. How are you? Thinking of like just looking at that stage and just picturing him on it, like I just it's so emotional. It's so emotional.
So crazy.
It was.
And then after we did the stage, we came down to the dressing room. Well, we started off in the dressing room. Gordis took us right down to the dressing room, and it was really cool because he was talking about the doors are tall and the elevator's tall, because with the showgirls and the feathers that would come in, they would have to have the tall door frames to come through. And I was like, I want to be a showgirl during Elvis's time.
I totally forgot about that. We went to the dressing room first before we went to the stage. Oh my god, it's such a blur. Like,
so we went down into the dressing room. That was really cool. The original bar in the original mirror was so weird seeing a mirror that Elvis Presley looked into. And to sit at the bar that he got drinks from. Originally, the dressing room was cut into 2 halves, so it was one bigger. Long big room. But then cut into 2 halves, just so. I guess it could have more people. I'm not really sure. And where the bar is located, the bar was also cut in half. So there's a bar in one dressing room and the bar is in the other dressing room too.
Yeah. It's so crazy because like I was looking at all the doors backstage, and like, cause I rewatched That's the Way It Is before I left, because I wanted to like pay attention to certain things. And there's like so many different rooms that they're in. Like you see like Joe Esposito walking in and out of different dressing rooms. And I'm like looking at all the doors we're passing by, and I'm like, were those the rooms that they were walking in and out of? Is that the room that Elvis was reading all the cards on? Like, it's like just crazy to think of like, when we were back there, there was no one back there. Like, it was just blank. It was quiet. Like, but to think of the hustle and bustle with Elvis and his entourage back there, like, that's crazy to me.
That big room, that dressing room was already huge, like cut in half. And I can only imagine how big it was when it was a full dressing room. But that room probably felt small with the amount of people that would be back there, because it was all the time life, all the time party. And after the dressing room, we walked down the hall to the actual elevator that Elvis would take up to get to the main stage level.
That was actually crazy seeing that elevator, because there are pictures of him in that elevator, and like Gordon was like, this is the same elevator, that's the same button, like it's the same, and then he kept making jokes about the water fountain that's next to it, because there's stories of him drinking from the water fountain.
We drank from the water fountain.
We did drink from the Elvis water fountain of youth. And but like the elevator, like I took a video of it, and then it opens, but it opens like so fast, and in the video I just go, oh my god, like it was so sudden, and we were just standing at it, and I was like, and I definitely feel like, look at Juan.
My cousin was Elvis Newman, and we were talking about feeling his spirit. Oh my gosh.
Elvis is alive.
Chipotle.
Oh my gosh.
That was so funny.
I just made walk behind Elvis. I was like, there's no way.
That is so funny.
Oh my god.
Juan is Elvis. Look at him go.
For those of you who are watching, oh my heart just dropped. I need a minute. Holy cow.
Oh my god. But as the audience that's watching, were you scared? Like
that actually terrified me. Oh my goodness. Where were we? The elevator where we could feel his spirit.
Yeah, it was just like, I felt like if anything was any like uneasiness, I definitely feel like it was like the elevator, because it just felt like, oh, this elevator is like old, and then like it opened and we got in it, and I was just like, this is like a really closed space, and this is like where he would go upstairs.
I'm still shaking.
I'm so sorry.
I was gonna bring up Jeff Lewis's message.
Yes.
Jeff Lewis, who is on what is their podcast called? I'm forgetting now.
Tupelo Tom.
Yes.
Big Talkin' and Jeff Lewis. It's like, that's the name of their show. It's Big Talkin' with Tupelo Tom and Jeff Lewis.
Yes, I knew it was something of the sort. But Jeff reached out to us before going to Vegas, and he told us to stand outside the elevator because he wanted to know something. He didn't tell us what before we went, so we stood outside the elevator for a minute, and none of us told each other, but we like both had like this weird uneasy feeling. And then I messaged Jeff back, and he said, I had an uneasy feeling standing outside the elevator too. And he had 12 other people do the same thing, and they all felt the same thing. So Elvis's presence is very strong in the elevator area, for sure.
Yeah, definitely it was. Also, I want to get their podcast name right. It's Tupelo Tom and Big Lou Talkin'. That's their podcast name, because we really do love their show so much, and Alex produces it, and so shout out to them. Yeah, we love y'all.
They're amazing.
But yeah, it downstairs is wild again. There's more pictures of not just Elvis, of like iconic people that performed there, like Liberace, Wayne Newton. There's also a picture.
Margaret.
There was a picture of Anne Margaret, bro. I forgot she had a residency, and I didn't realize that she also opened at Westgate as well, and like Elvis would always send her flowers and stuff, and so it's so iconic to step on a stage that so many icons have been on. Like, yeah, we're freaking out about Elvis, but like, hello?
And of course, and most recently, Barry Manilow has his residency there too.
Yes.
Barry was all over the place, and we got to see his beautiful suits. Like, Barry's so sweet. He was so cool. He's so cute. I just love seeing him around the hotel.
Yeah. And yeah, we tried to take as many pics as we can. We have so much to post, honestly.
Juan, who was just in here, he videoed the whole thing. So we do have like a full tour of these backstage areas and all the details, because Juan recorded a lot of it.
Shout out to Juan.
Hopefully, I know. Shout out to Juan.
Shout out to Juan.
So we will be putting together a whole video about that. But yeah, we went on stage, we walked to the spot and the floor where they kept originally, where Elvis would stop before he would go on, put his hand on the wall, and he would pray.
Yeah.
And it was just...
It was crazy. It was crazy. The thing about the stage is that there was a tour loading in for the show. Yep. So like we didn't really have any alone time on the stage, because I really wanted to play like an Elvis song on the stage and just kind of like dance for a second. Like, but we started singing Patch It Up, so it's like, we sang.
It was really sweet.
But it was like, if we were alone on that stage, like with just us, Gordon, and our significant others, like we would have been just sitting there crying. Like we definitely like held ourselves together.
Completely.
Because, like, there was a whole slew of people loading in on a stage, and they just wanted to do their job, and obviously we're freaking out.
I was standing at the front of the stage, and this guy literally comes right up next to me, and he just looks at me, and I'm like, oh. Do you need me to move?
Yeah, he was like, move. And we were like, okay, so
I'll move.
They were not having it. They were like, I don't know who these people are and I don't know why they're on our stage. We were trying to do our job. But Gordon was seeing us all over, like, just when we thought we had seen it all, he just goes, oh no, this isn't even the biggest thing yet. Like, I have a surprise for you. And
this is not it.
And it was like, he just like kept taking us down these different steps, and like we were just going, he took us like through how Elvis would pretty much come up on the stage.
Yeah, because he would always come in stage left. Always. So he said a guy with a flashlight would follow him over, and he took us the direction that he would go, and then after the stage, Gordon was like, where would Elvis go after the concert? And I'm like, I don't know, Gordon. Where would he go? Where?
I think I know where he would go. And he goes,
I was like,
And what's crazy about this is there are 3 villas in the suites that are the penthouses, okay? Every other villa was occupied except the Elvis one.
Tell me that was not.
How does that happen?
I know.
How does that happen? That is
crazy.
Okay, that is absolutely crazy. Like, that is a universe, like, divine energy, everything. Like, Elvis was there. Like, it was Elvis magic.
Yes, completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect walking into this either, because the only time I've ever seen the hotel room was from the Elvis movie. So I was picturing it how Baz Luhrmann set it up in my mind.
Nothing
you know
like
what
that.
I mean?
Nothing like that. Nope, nothing like that. And I mean, I feel like we don't really have pictures of Elvis, of the suite when Elvis lived in it. Unfortunately, I feel like there's maybe a couple, but there's not a lot. But the suite is completely redone. The owner's wife redid
beautiful.
The whole suite.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's big. It's huge. It's not even the biggest suite, and it's huge.
No.
You just keep walking in those rooms on rooms.
Elvis' suite was originally smaller than what the suite is now, and
they added
the bedrooms, bathrooms, showers, multiple showers in one room. I love that.
It's crazy. Like, there was like a bath shower thing that was like deep. I took a picture of it, and I was so confused.
But I loved it. Like, I could have spent the whole like day in there. A rooftop pool, like it's just massive.
Guys, it was like staring out at those windows, because when you come to Westgate, you could see the big windows at the top, and you look at it, you're like, oh, those are the penthouses. But like being up there and staring out at it, I was like,
I know. That was the view that Elvis Presley saw. And it just, I literally was asking Gordon, are these real windows? Is this what Elvis would have seen? Like, just going on, like, God love the man. Like, he was so patient with us with everything we were asking.
He was. And he, like, totally let us, like, take all the things that we needed, like, video content, all that stuff. He totally let us just, like, do our thing. And I was so grateful for him again. Like, and he graciously let, like, our significant others tag along, too, which helped us out a lot, because the boys literally carried and filmed like everything for us, and we just got to enjoy it. Yeah,
Aaron carried my heels. Thank you, Aaron, for carrying my high heels.
Yeah,
and thank you, Juan, for recording the whole time.
Thank you to both of them. We both love them so much, and thank you again to Gordon. But going back to the suite, it is like we had mentioned before. It is not Elvis-fied at all.
Nope.
It's very like giving Versailles, essentially, like kind of castle-esque. Very tan, very beige. There's 4 rooms, I'm pretty sure, with multiple beds, multiple bathrooms. It keeps going. There's I'm pretty sure his name is Marcus Klinko. He has an exhibit in there.
So many photos.
He's blown up photos.
So many photos.
Yeah, of celebrities.
They're beautiful.
Yeah,
they're beautiful. Like Kanye West,
definitely like
Beyonce. Britney Spears.
It was Pamela Anderson, Anne Hathaway. Like,
so,
it was
so many.
So these. You're cracking up about Kanye because she did a tour. She was doing a real estate-esque tour. It's already posted, and I was sitting down on the ground because my feet were hurting from my heels, so I was kind of relaxing and kind of taking it all in. And she walks up and she goes, "This is like the other half, and like we have a bunch of icons here." And she turns around to go show, like, this icon is blah blah blah. Little did she know it was Kanye West behind her.
His full face,
close. She goes, "Yeah, icons like Kanye West," and I just start dying laughing because obviously, like Kanye is like, there's so many better people in the room. She just happened to be standing in front of Kanye, like, without realizing
Britney
it.
Spears, Beyonce, like something other than Kanye would have done well.
And I was dying.
Yeah. Oh, I did not see him when we first walked across that hallway. I was looking at the pool,
Yeah.
not Kanye's face. I had no idea.
And it was so funny because I looked up right before she said it because I knew what she was going to say. And I look up and I just go, oh my God, like that's Kanye. She's about to say. It was wild. But the Beyonce photo that's in there is actually one of her album covers for her earlier albums.
It's beautiful. That photo is beautiful. Marco did a wonderful job with that picture. And I'm happy it's like front and center. Like you walk down that hallway and you just see Beyonce's beautiful face.
Yes. And all of this stuff, like when we post more footage, like it's all in there. Yep. There was also Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith in there as well. Like it was so cool, you know, like to see that and be in there. Gordon told us where Elvis's bed would be. Like it was like right when you walked in. Like Elvis's bed would have been right there.
I was like, do I feel you?
I know.
Hello.
I know.
Knocky knock. Come down.
It's so crazy to think about as well because in Linda's book, I'm pretty sure she was in Vegas all the time with Elvis. And like they were like most of their time spent was in that room. So that's why I'm like I was freaking out. I was like standing in this room and I was like, Linda Thompson spent so much of her time in that room. And I told Gordon, I was like, you gotta get Linda. That. Yeah. I was like, you gotta get Linda back here because Linda had so many memories of Vegas. Like she was here. There's like in her stories, in her book, it's like they were tanning. And I like look at the pool and I'm like, was that the area they were tanning or did it look completely different?
They would tan on the balcony.
Yeah. So it's
when they had a balcony.
It's just crazy to see the space that everything happened in. It's the same thing with Graceland. Like Victory has a trip planned. We're so excited for her. But when I went, it was like the same thing I pictured. I was like, all the stuff I read, like I'm standing in this living room right now, and that's absolute insanity to me. So,
and I was just thinking, because in Ginger's book, when she first comes to Vegas, Elvis puts her in the hotel room down below somewhere because Linda was there, and they did the swap. And I was like, so you're telling me the girls were just in the hotel? Like that's still crazy to me.
Was that confirmed in Vegas? Because I didn't know if it was in Vegas.
That wasn't Vegas because he wanted to fly her out to Vegas, and Linda was still there, and Ginger was in her room below.
Could you imagine if it was our room?
Ginger's just chilling, like Elvis, I'm here for you, honey.
Literally,
like, you called me in.
I can't. It was. I just can't. The history, like being in that, it's crazy.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
We are going to get the content out to you guys within a few weeks. I have to edit it. I have to see what we have. I have the camera sitting next to me right now. I'm a little scared to upload it because so much editing. But we just wanted to give you guys a quick, this is not a quick little episode anymore, but we wanted to give you guys an episode just to dive in of like what we experienced. And I know we have a few questions that you guys asked us personally on Instagram. If anyone in the live chat has questions too, we'll kind of go over those now.
Yeah, I was just pulling up the questions. Great minds think alike, Victory. Okay, so we have a couple, actually we have quite a few questions, but some of them kind of repeat themselves. So first question is from Cares About Elvis, and they said, what was it like being in the theater where Elvis played? Unbelievable.
Emotional wreck.
Emotional.
Tried doing some dance moves, did not turn out well.
I know.
Gordon was like, pose for a photo like Elvis, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was wild. Like I still to this day cannot believe that. To this day, like it was literally 2 days ago. Cannot believe that we stepped foot on that, and you just feel it. You feel the energy. You feel the history that was there, and it was really special. So
it was really special. Braden asked, how was it overall? Are there so many Elvis themes and tributes? Yes. All over the hotel. You're going to see him as soon as you walk in with the statue. There's portraits on the walls.
Yes.
If you're lucky enough and do the My Brother Elvis tour, you'll be able to see backstage and all the photos back there and how they still commemorate him there. And it's just special. You feel his presence there.
And the My Brother Elvis tour is with Elvis's stepbrother, David Stanley. I'm pretty sure we think it's once a month on a Wednesday night that it happens. You can probably look it up on Westgate's website to sign up for the tour. But he takes you around the stage and stuff. And it's really cool. So we were talking to him about that, but don't worry guys, like they definitely pay huge homage to Elvis, like at the hotel. And there's even like with the statue, they have a picture with Priscilla and Baron Hilton, And I think Vernon, like with the Elvis statue when it was presented at Westgate.
Yep.
So yeah, it
Just
was
so
really
sweet.
cool. Westgate, Las Vegas, we love you. We love you so much. Anna said, "How did it feel to be on the same stage as Elvis?" Unreal.
Unwell. I felt like my body, like my spirit left its body for a second. I was having like an outer body experience because it felt so unreal. You know what I mean? It was like everything was just crazy. Crazy. There was also so much happening on stage too. It was a lot to take in.
It was very overwhelming because it's like you want to like feel this moment and like keep it close to you, but also like I wanted to make sure we got pictures and videos, and like I wish I could do it again, honestly. Like I feel like that's with anything Elvis wise. Like I wish I could do it again, like just to sit. I just wanted to sit there and honestly just cry and like have a moment and like take it all in. But it was wild. It felt magical.
My sister asked, Kim, what was one thing you weren't expecting when you visited Westgate? I wasn't expecting to visit the suite. We were not told we were actually doing that. No. That was a surprise by Gordon.
Yeah, that was like a maybe, like if it's available, but then we were never told if it was available or not. So then that was a big surprise to us. And I was like shocked by all the photos they had all over the hotel. Like I didn't know they had a bunch of photos of not only Elvis but literally everyone, like Barry Manilow and like Bobby
and Margaret,
Darin and Margaret, like
all
these icons. So that was really cool. And I didn't expect the hotel to be in a Y. It's kind of confusing.
The setup was really confusing. It was nothing like I pictured. Like the entrance to the stage is like behind the casino.
Yeah.
It was just like a very interesting setup. And like when you read something, you envision something else.
Yeah.
Or when you see something on TV, it's completely different than probably what you're thinking.
Yeah. So when you go there, a little confusing, but you figure it out pretty quickly. Giselle Chanel said, "Did you guys take any videos of when you were walking on stage or of the stage?" Yes, we did. We will post those very soon. But we do have videos of literally everything. So
yep. What was the best thing you did? Also, big fan of you guys. Love you. Adora and Mr. Presley said, "Thank you for that." Best thing, all of it.
I know, all of
it. Like I don't think I have. I guess if I have to choose like something specific, it was being able to experience this like with Skylar and knowing like this is like how much. She's like, actually, I was not expecting that, but it really was because it's like we've been building this for so long, and to come to this point where we were able to be invited to Westgate to experience something that we've been studying for the past year and to see it in person together. Like it's one thing to go by yourself, but it's another thing when you've built like a community and something with another person, and to be able to visit that and our significant others and Gordon. I guess the whole group was the best part. The people who I went with. Yeah.
Like the fact that like our significant others were allowed to come, like that was crazy because we got to show them a little piece of our world, you know, like the boys like hear about like what we do and they're like, oh yeah, the girls have a podcast and they love Elvis, but it's like to actually set them in our world is so special because it's like they get to understand it now. Like they understand it better, and like the fact that like Victory and I like met over TikTok and have been getting to do all these things together in person, and even like all the other girls that we've met like in Arizona that like came out to visit like me in Arizona, like it's crazy. Like you meet online and then just create this community, and again it's all because of Elvis, and just it's so cool to experience these things.
That's what September was. It's just such a great reminder to see how far we've come because we sometimes get burnt out. This is like very tiring. This is a full-time job that we are not getting paid for. And it's sometimes just a nice reminder to be encouraged to like keep going and like be reminded why we're doing this for.
Exactly. It's all for the man himself. We love Elvis. So we love him and we're grateful, honestly. How Jordan said, how huge was Elvis's presence when you walked out on the stage and in his room? I definitely felt his presence, like the stage, just everything. Like there's something like you feel so close to him when you're at Westgate, honestly. You just feel really close to him.
It's unreal. Like I want to like retrace the footsteps where he was coming out when he would walk, and it's just like I wish we had a map that would show like exactly where he walked and like his stride and how like long it was. We definitely again felt it in the elevator for sure. There's something special about that elevator. In his room, yes and no. I think I would have felt it more if it was still kind of the same layout, because I was trying so hard to understand where everything was. And I was also amazed about how many showers and bathtubs that suite has.
It's crazy.
So I definitely felt it more in the stage show than I did the suite. Maybe if I went another time, but Gordon has told us that there are strange experiences and technical difficulties that suite has when it comes to Elvis Presley and topics and people wanting to record. So take that as you will.
Yeah, we didn't experience
very interesting.
Anything, but
we heard stories.
Yeah. You got the next one.
Yes, I do. How did you feel after being where Elvis performed from Alley?
I just feel overwhelmed. It's like, you know, like I always say to everyone, like you go somewhere and you do something Elvis wise and all your serotonin's built up, and then you come back and your serotonin is depleted and you feel sad. And so it's like now
I know
it's like the after effects of September. I'm happy that we're in October and like spooky like Halloween, because like that makes me happy, and fall makes me happy. So I'm happy that we have that. But honestly, not gonna lie, like we're a little bit in a funk right now. Like I don't know if you can feel it in this podcast, but
we have worked, you guys don't understand, like we have worked so hard on the month of September to plan these things and get things together, and like our goals was to get here, and now that we've reached our goal, I like it's so hard. We're like, next goal is Elvis's birthday, like are we even gonna make it? Like it's just stuff like that. So it feels like a weird slump. We're so grateful to keep reliving back on the pictures and the memories and stuff like that. But it was an amazing experience that I wish everyone will be able to experience once in their lifetime. Head to Vegas, go to Westgate, hit up our man Gordon, let him know, hey, we're here.
I think it's either Marianne or I think it's Marianne. But she just said kind of the same thing. Could you feel the Elvis energy there? Like you feel like Graceland, and I would say absolutely you do feel the Elvis energy there. 1,000%.
Next person said, did you
it's like the same question.
Yeah, did you feel his presence? Definitely. And is there anything else you guys would want to do next time? That's a great question. I think spend more time on the stage. I want it to be more of like a solo thing, because again, you guys, they were setting up for like an aerialist, like someone who hangs from the roof. So they were like busy trying to hang ropes and everything. And I get it. This is a business. And we were there just as guests. So they had priority access over that. But it would be nice to go in when it was like a little bit more quieter and less people.
Yeah, 1,000%. That's what I would say as well. And just like getting to spend more time like on the strip doing stuff like this. This visit was just straight up like Westgate only branding photo shoot in a little bit of downtown. So I kept saying to Victory, I was like, we gotta come back and just like stay at and like on the strip or something, and just like go and like have fun, like this, because this was just Elvis, like this was specifically just Elvis, and we did all the Elvis things there. We did
maybe
all
the Venetian or something. I don't know. I've heard that's a good hotel.
But we loved. Don't get it wrong. We loved Westgate. Like I loved them there. I want to
explore everything, because Elvis is filled everywhere. I would like to know, because I know he performed at some other hotels too over there. So I'd like to see where else he performed.
Sahara, like which is right across the street. I think I have to look it up. But my friend works at Sahara. She works at Magic Mike Live. Shout out to you, Casey. And
we'll do that next time.
I know, we'll do that next time for sure. But if you guys are wanting to stay at Westgate, like 1,000% do it. Like I recommend it. Stay at Westgate, go do all the Elvis things. It's actually worth it. And then the other two questions, they are pretty much questions that we already answered. So thank you guys for your questions.
But shout out to Lisa loves Charlotta and Pam loves Taylor Swift. Thank you for asking the questions too. We appreciate you. I know we have someone in the audience that asked, what was your favorite part about backstage area?
Just like being in the space that Elvis was, like the calm before the storm, you know, like he had stage fright, and so he would be down there like
it was so quiet back there.
Yeah, it was quiet. It was quiet. It wasn't like that when
there was a bed back there. Like
there
I could
was
nap.
A bed. We were like confused though, because
I was like
in the dressing room there was like another room with like mirrors and stuff. And then there was like a bed, but it was like a cot, and we were like, was this here when?
I was like, did Elvis sleep? I was like, does Barry take naps back here? I was like, I have questions.
I know. We have lots of questions.
So why is there a bed?
Yeah, we can't wait to like show you guys all the footage though and stuff, and we promise like it'll come as soon as we can, but it is going to take a while because it's editing, and Victory hasn't tackled that before, and she has the footage and I don't have the footage. So it's going to take a second, so please bear with us.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Also, Yes, someone said the unreleased concert footage. Yeah.
We talked about this when you guys weren't here. We actually
literally had a
cannot
mental
believe it.
breakdown.
Yeah, we can't believe it.
We broke. We broke earlier in that. Yeah, we literally broke. We had to stop and like collect ourselves again.
Yeah, we were like laughing again. We're like delusional right now. But I mean, what a pleasure. Like the fact that we get new Elvis content when Elvis isn't even here. Like I cannot believe it. Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm excited.
It really is.
Baz, we love you so much. So much. Thank you, Baz.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baz. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the people who helped bring it back out. And we can't wait to see what's in store.
Well, you guys, I think we can wrap up this episode. This has been a lengthy but a detailed one. It was wonderful. I want to go back.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could go back. And I just want to say, like, I know, like, a lot of people, like, are seeing our stuff. And they're like, oh, my God, you guys are so lucky. Like, all this stuff. Like just thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being here. Like, we are so grateful for the opportunities that we have had. And, like, I want that to come across. Like, we think every Elvis fan like deserves to experience this, and like I don't know why we were chosen to do this, but we're just trying to sit out here. We're trying to just preserve Elvis's legacy and like do the good and preach the Elvis Bible and like make sure that he stays alive in our hearts, in our brains, in everyone's hearts and brains forever and ever and ever.
And we want to thank you, Westgate Las Vegas, for hosting us and allowing us to come tour. And thank you, Gordon, so much for the tour. And it was such a pleasure getting to meet you in person, you guys. He wore a pink jacket for us. For us. Oh,
and he's going to be wearing something pink every day in October because it's Vegas Loves Pink for breast cancer awareness. So what a king.
We love that. We love that. Thank you again so much. And if you guys haven't already, please go follow Westgate Las Vegas on Instagram and follow Gordon on Instagram too. We will tag him in the bio of this episode. And you guys, until next time.
As always, TCB.
And TLC, you guys. Thank you so much also for the live chat.
Yes, thank you. You guys were awesome. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs.
To connect with us, follow us on our socials at Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs on Instagram and TikTok.
And share your Elvis stories and experiences with us at elvisandthepinkcadillacs@gmail.com, and you may be featured in the next episode.
We'll see you next time, and for now, TCB
and TLC. Bye!
Bye!